Yo, it's Guido coming at you with a coffee talk. Welcome back and thanks for tuning in. More guest help today on Tuesday or whatever day this happens to be. Should be Tuesday. We have Diablo in the 832. The Terminator collab 832. Well, not really a copy of a T32. A little bit different, I believe, as I recall. Did they change it? I don't even remember. It's so hard to keep track of all these tanks. Wait for it. Wait for it. Oh, we got nothing. All right, so Diablo sent this to me and said, one of his best games ever, and we will be the judge of that, my friend. But I did see the card, and there's a lot of medals. I don't know what they're called, but there's a lot of them. Pure Tier 8 battle, 2 artillery to deal with. The enemy has lost their even 90. Good thing. Not as important on this map as you might think, but pretty dang important. And, oh, we're going to shoot the guy in the back. There we go. That probably hit him. I didn't see it hit the ground behind him. But I got these, you know, the old eyes, man. That's aggressive. That's aggressive. He just came right, oh, look out there, fella. Now, we are in a tank that plays some amazing turret games. In an all-tier 8 battle, other than the artillery and the occasional lucky shot from one of the big TDs, something like a ISU or a T8 or even a T28, he should have an absolute heyday with, oh boy, and it's accurate. You know, you put a good player in a tank like this, you give him this map, you give him this much free shot, you give him this much free shot, and they, how come the TDs haven't hit you? What is happening? The ISU is over there, and he just, oh, look at the CC67. Well, he prioritized the CC67, and maybe Diablo saw that. I didn't see it till he died, and that's the difference, my friends. That's the difference. Maybe he realized, more than likely, those guys back there were going to be focusing down on the CC. And right up, wait, how did you lose a GW tire? What in the action? Oh my goodness. See, hold on. What is going on? First time I realized something silly was happening, and I suspect a lot of you have already seen it. But goodness gracious, great balls of fire. All right, let's just go with it. I don't know what's happening. I don't get it. But look at the blob coming, coming around the corner here. We're flanking. We're flanking. Diablo will have to let us know when he noticed that whole ship show going on. But his team is looking to be in a bit of a bad way. He's kind of still poking at the guys back there. I don't know if he notices it yet, or maybe he just realizes he's got a little bit of time. Oh, now we're finally spotted. Finally spotted. And he, oh, that's it. That's definitely where he saw it. Now, he may have noticed it earlier and just turned around to look, but I'd imagine after that, even if we think maybe he didn't see it up to that point, that's the point where he absolutely realized what was going on. He's turned around going, what in the actual... This is awesome. This is awesome. Now, we ate a ISU shot in there, and I completely missed that. Where did that happen? Well, somewhere in there he hit us. That must have been the time he lined up that shot in the odd spot. Okay. I must have been babbling, or maybe I paused it right when he got hit, but he did lose a chunk of hit points already, and I completely missed it. 767. All right, let's just pause this and try to take this ship show in, because this is getting a little goofy now. The good news is his team has reacted to that push decently, and they're kind of mauling the T-28. I think there's a dead guy in there already. Yeah, the VK-168. Now, that's a lot of beef. A VK, two VKs, two different versions of a VK. And the T-28 are pretty tough tanks, but they're getting crossfired and beaten up pretty good. There's no real support from their team here, especially with the guys all lined up around these corners and just pummeling these dudes. So as long as Diablo can kind of hold this middle and keep punishing them for poking, once they clean those guys up, I am predicting potentially we're going to have a bit more even of a game. But he is down only by 1 right now, and now by 2, just to make my prediction incorrect. T-56 gets nuked by the burr, goes in there and goes brr and gets rid of him. And we haven't quite killed that push, so maybe that push is getting a little more effective. This is very strange. The 122 is kind of holding the prototype in the Indian. Is he headed that direction, or has he been there? Kind of holding those guys from coming around the corner and punishing Diablo. So that as long as that 122 TM is there, we're okay. I don't know what this Su-130 is doing. Maybe he's looking at them if they poke around the corner down there. We've lost the ship tick who was taking shots at these guys and got lit. So now we're just really relying on this WZ and this T-34 to sort of sort these dudes out. Very interesting. This is a different kind of Himmel's Cliffdorf game. The even 90 died. He kept poking. It looks like he got proxy lit sitting on there. So playing a little bit dangerously. This is not going like I thought. I figured they'd clean those two up pretty quickly. Diablo is really losing friends, and he's losing friends quickly. Now, there are a lot of awards on Diablo's card after this, so the guess here is that he does a bunch of damage, and his team doesn't really help him. All right, oh, caught him moving. Caught the ISU out moving. Very nice. Might have even got a track out of that. Might have even got a track. Where's the other ISU? That's the question. They're both back there. Puts another one into him, but bounces. That is unfortunate. And the guy goes dark. So both ISUs are sitting up there. He's proxy lit by the WZ-111. Another dangerous tank. There's the Proto. Proto actually went down onto the bottom. 122 is coming around behind this dude. This guy's not paying attention. Gets slapped. Now he's paying attention. It's sick. Oh, he's making a runner. Oh, this is going to be a nice shot. Right into the superstructure. Well done right there. Backs out of that. Now that guy knows he's kind of in trouble. Diablo takes a couple peeks. Here's a weird thing that's happened on this particular... Oh, he's just going to come in and get shot. Okay, that's one plan. Way to go. He didn't like it. He says, I don't like it one bit. Diablo says, well, you're going to like it, fella. How do you like this? How do you like them apples? There he is. That's what I was going to say. He hasn't been touched. He hasn't been molested by the Artie until now. And the Artie says, hello. This is strange. We have... Let's just take this in, man. Just breathe the goofiness of this particular game in for a Cliff game. What is happening here? The Indian's been hanging out over here quite a while. I don't know what happened to Su-130. How did he die? Where did he go to die? Oh, he died over here. Okay. And then we've got the WZ, who's kind of been in this general area. And then we've got the T-34, never really left the little nook. They didn't kill the 100. They didn't kill the T-28 like I thought. The Proto joined them. The 122 was hanging out here and now has come around the corner over here to this spot. And the two artillery haven't fired at the guy in the most controlling spot of the map until right now. Weird. This is weird. But if you're going to have a big game, if you're going to crank out a bunch of experience, do a lot of damage, do a lot of kills, get a lot of awards, all the goofy stuff like killing Artie and standing against 5 and all that stuff, which I don't know if that's what happens here because I don't remember what all the stupid awards look like. You got to have Muppets. You need Muppets. You need Muppets on the one side. You need Muppets on the other side. You need Muppets before you and Muppets behind you and Muppets to the side of you. That's what you need. And so far... they've got this in spades. Both teams are doing some very strange... Oh, we catch him out in the open. Bonk. And he backs out. Good plan. Here comes the Artie. No. All right. See what he did right there? Just for a quick tactics tip. That's what you want to do to try to avoid Artie on this spot. You don't want to sit up in the flat, especially if you were spotted. And he's on a reload anyway. There's no other shots really to be taken. Just back here. Make it hard for the Artie to hit him. Some Artie players will take that stab anyway and hope to get a little splash damage off of you. Others will get frustrated that you're hard to hit and kind of ignore you. So if you're playing this spot well, you can to some extent minimize. Now the Indian just got one of the ISUs. That was very nice. The other one is the one that came off the hill. The Artie is pummeling the poor ISU. And now, oh, see, down goes the T-34. Holy macaroni. We're down to 2 friends and 2 friends only. We've got a near-dead Indian that's kind of out. He's gone into that little dip, but there's no way really to hide, and the ISU obviously is behind a bush somewhere over here spotting him. So he's probably not long for the game. The 122 TM is in a slightly better spot, but we got some guys way in the backfield, very strange. And pretty quickly, and I know Diablo knows this at this part of the game, he's got to pick a direction and do something, or at least be able to pick some guys off, because he's about to get a sandwich. He's about to get the sandwich. Very nice with the ammo, by the way. I don't know if he's even fired one of his gold rounds. He's taken a lot of shots, so he stands to make a bunch of credits out of this. So he's going to hold this spot for a few potatoes, maybe hoping the Indian will get a spot. But the longer he waits, the further the T-28 and the 100-01 crawl. And pretty quickly, he could have a 100-01 right up his bungus. He's looking too. He's like, well, this is not great. I got a guy coming from this direction, maybe. But reference the Muppet discussion. Reference the Muppet discussion. Look, there's one. Now, he took the kill on the Indian. The 122 got a kill. There's 5 enemies left. I'm feeling like the next dead guy is the 122. Would not doubt that. The next dead guy has got to be the 122. If we've got that Koblanov stand against 5, and I'm not sure. So we finally bailed off of that. Unfortunately, he left the ISU behind him, and that's a tough one. That's a tough one, but he's going to come over here and see if he can't find one of these guys to kill. Where's the 122? Oh, this is, okay, this is aggressive. Probably feels like time is starting to constrict. This game is a lot about time. You've only got 15 minutes in a standard battle. 15 minutes to make this thing happen. What, 10 minutes in assault? And as you get closer to the end, you start to feel that pressure of the time. Both for, uh-oh, the 122 took a stab. Feel like this is the end of Mr. 122. Diablo is going to head over here, hold down. Yeah, there's a hit. I bet it's an arty kill. How much you want to bet? It's an arty splash kill. Oh, not that time. Okay. And Diablo is going to push over and try to bring his gun into this fight. A little bit dangerous getting too close to the right side. I guess he was looking for maybe the guy to poke. Might as well put both guns in one spot. One of the benefits here, I think the 122 should have definitely waited for Diablo to take the lead. Yep, both of them are here. Oh my goodness gracious. Got him. And right into the lower plate. Oh, not quite a kill. He backs out of it just in time. He's got to kill. Hold the phone, my friends. One guy, V2. But that is 3 shots. 3 shots, and he is 2 shots. We already know really what's going to happen here, don't we? We have a great idea. 1 into the hatch. 1 bounce off the tracks. Here comes the 100-01 making, oh, back. Oh, the kill. And the T-28 knows he is in trouble. But they did get a chunk of him. He's down to a 1 shot. Very unfortunate, Mr. T-28. There's 2 of the 5 for the Koblanov's medal. 444 hit points. That is an easy 1 shot, pretty much with a pen. Absolute kill by the ISU. That feels a little early. Yeah. That felt a little early, man. You're gonna... Maybe you had a wily decision for that. I don't know what maybe it would have been. I like this, though, because he knows that guy's on a reload. He might as well try to get down here and get a spot. And from the direction that shot came, he's got to be right here down low. And he doesn't find him. How on earth? Oh, that's tough. He also has to know the ISU is pushing into his last known position. Because even camping Muppets can see this. Maybe. Not all the time. Sometimes they stay on that. It's possible, the way this game goes, that he's still sitting up on his corner. Very possible. We're at 3,000 damage. We've got 5 kills. 5 kills. We're 3 away from Radley Walters, I believe, with 8 kills. Is that right? I believe so. And 3 away from Koblanov's. A lot of medals in this. I'm not going to tell you whether he wins or loses. Maybe I already said it. I don't know. I always give it away. Doesn't matter. It's a great game. This is interesting coming around the far away, but take note of this, guys. Trying to be unpredictable is a good thing. Sometimes your unpredictability is actually fairly predictable. But this is the chess match, the mind games piece of this game, especially late game. This is the piece right here. These are the kinds of close games that good players turn in their direction, and that's where you get the difference between 55 and 50% or 60 and 50%. Those about 10 games every 100 where you're, well, it's usually more like 20 or 30 games every 100 where your decisions really matter. But in this case, he absolutely has a chance to turn this into a win. Absolutely has a chance. So he's going to come up here. This is a good central position. Didn't run into anybody. The wild card on some of these is if you get a good artillery player. He's going to, oh, if he blind kills, I'm going to celebrate. No, didn't quite get him. Didn't decide to shoot. All right. A little bit surprised he doesn't go to the gold APCR just to get a little more pin against the ISU. He doesn't, air quotes, need it, but it's a little bit of insurance potentially right there. He has some time, but now the time discussion from earlier is really starting to come into play there. There's only 2.5 minutes. Very interesting move here. He's not shooting, I think, to some extent because that can reduce his camo, and if all of a sudden he reduces his camo without having a shot or a kill shot on something, he is... Oh, look at this dude, he's right out here. He's looking for artillery to come back into him, and that was nicely done. Dude's turning around. Oh, he's in so much trouble. Nice! Artillery comes in, doesn't get him, stays up against that rock just to make the difficult shot for artillery. Ooh, maybe a little early. Did two arties come in there? Maybe. Don't know. Don't know. Nicely done. Catches the ISU out. So the ISU looks like he went looking for him. That's a really bad idea, by the way, driving up onto that. Maybe he thought Diablo was maybe trying to get into the cap. Of course, he was last seen. That's kind of another interesting discussion. Diablo was last seen headed that way-ish, right? He went down the ramp going after the arty. So the ISU, I don't know if maybe he came around this way up top, probably came across up top, looked around, didn't see him down there, and then came back up, thinking that maybe Diablo had pushed into the cap. So he was going to come up to this little promontory and look for him. But Diablo actually went all the way around the north side, came back up to the middle controlling spot where he had a much better control and vision and could really watch a good portion of the map from right there. That's my guess on how that all went down. Now do we have artillery moving around? They don't really need to. One of them could... Oh, he found one. They are moving around. Oh, no, this is going to hurt. It's going to... Oh, hurts, don't it? What? Oh. Did he shoot the AP round? That, I believe, was an AP round. Wow. Wow. Hold on, let's see what happens here. Did he actually get hit or did it hit the ground? Maybe it was a HE round with no stun. But it was fairly close. It looked like maybe it hit him. Let's find out. Okay, here he comes. What kind of shot do we... Puts the gun up. Is he doing that on purpose? Maybe. What do we got? What kind of shot was this? Well, I think he hit him. That looks like a hit. And I'm assuming it was an AP shot that didn't pin. Okay. No, never mind. It was... Wow. What happened? They are stunned. That's a bit crazy. No damage. That one's hard to figure. Must have been a near miss with no damage for whatever reason right there. Interesting. Very surprised by that, actually. Just reloading. Oh, the other one took a stab. And it may have been that little pause and backup saved him from that shot. May have been that little pause saved him from that last shot. Here's where we get the Pascucci's medal. Just going to give it away. He ends up winning. He's at 3,900 damage. All we got to do is kill off this dude. I think he's going to need 2 shots. So a little bit surprised he didn't go to HE. There you go. Oh, he missed. I was about to say the SU-14-2 actually reloads fairly quickly. But he's in big trouble. And boom, the closeout. Nicely done. Radley Walters, Koblanovs, Pascucci's, Ace Tanker, blah, blah, blah. How did he get out of that with no assist? Now that's an unusual one right there. Had to do it all himself is what that means. Had to do everything himself. There was 0 assist. Fantastic, man. That's a great one. That's a great one. Lots of little great things in there. You saw how to use that middle spot. That's probably one of the best spots on this map for this kind of tank. Anything that has any hold down. I use it even if you don't have a whole lot of hold down. It's a great spotting position. Held on to it for a while. His team stopped that push to the north just enough to keep Diablo from getting rear-ended Reacted to it just a little bit. Some nice reactions in the middle. Pushed in with the 122 to take advantage. When he found out it was a 2v1 after they killed the 122, played it really nicely, killed 2 guys pushing him. And then we talked about the chess match at the end, dealing with the last ISU in the artillery. If you keep your head about you, keep your wits about you, and you're able to stay alive against people who generally camp, you should have a pretty good advantage. You just got to play it nice and smart. Thanks for sending that in, Diablo. Everybody else, thanks for coming and checking out my video. That's all I've got for today. We will see you.